Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly messages. Celebrating here the entering into Libra season, the messages for this week will be particularly focused in love, relationships, and generally what might be happening and be experienced in your heart space. So, as always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always check what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. And if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the link which is also down below, such as my Facebook and Instagram pages. So Gemini, I actually feel like this week can be a very romantic one, and there's a lot of a feeling here of lovebirds. So this lovey-dovey vibe, very interesting energy, because it's almost like some of you unexpectedly might be seeing yourselves in a situation where you end up, having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, being in this state of relationship that is, I want to say for some of you it's like unprecedented. For others of you it's just unexpected. A situation that it's very unusual for you might be happening in terms of your love life, and also for some of you it's you're being caught off guard, and you're being surprised, and you're being almost like bombarded here with experiences that are like, what the hell? They feel as being positive ones, but because they're so out of the blue or out of anything you predicted it could happen, I feel like some of you are having a hard time just letting it go and letting it flow. I also feel like some of you have some emotional stress that is limiting the quality of your relationship. So this emotional stress is showing for some of you Geminis that are still healing from some trauma. So it's like you're relieving. Some of you Geminis might be in a moment where you're kind of almost like reliving trauma, or there are situations that that is in a way activating old trauma, old patterns, old experiences that left some negative some negative imprint in the way you see love and you see relationships, and you give yourself as well to love in general. And it could be also because there will be unexpected situations happening that are setting off here the alarm in you, the internal alarm that is like, in a way, really disturbed with the possibility of relieving trauma. And I feel like more than the possibility of relieving trauma, this trauma influence might be coming up in whichever way it does, according to your own unique experiences, to actually liberate you, to actually help you acknowledge the power that energy still holds upon you. And so you find active ways to work with it in ways where it doesn't affect and limit you so much. So it's like not being proactive with your own emotional conditioning is misleading, right? Is misleading the way you could go with others. So I also feel like someone here is showing approaching the Gemini energy, right? Wanting to protect you, Gemini. So you really could be attracting a lot of protective personalities during this time, or you can see that your partner or your even your friends, people that genuinely love you, you can see that they're very protective of you for some reason. It could be because you're in a period where you might be feeling down, or where again old experiences are coming to the surface and making you feel more fragile, more vulnerable. And I keep like getting like there's this feeling of someone so concerned with your protection that on its own, this energy of someone protecting you is so healing to see here, and very beautiful. But obviously it shows as the counterpart for Geminis, but it could also be that you yourself are feeling very protective of those you care about. And this protection energy is also showing for some of you Geminis that again, are afraid to give in into a situation because you want to protect yourself, your emotions, everything you hold as your, you know, your responsibility to protect on your own. I feel like, but I keep getting like there's a very serious element to some of you Geminis I'm connecting, and then there's other groups here of Geminis where I go back to again, where this very, loving force being manifested, almost like, when we feel like the butterflies, the feeling of the butterflies on our stomach and our knees weak. I keep getting like there's really this falling in love, falling madly in love that might be happening for some of you. And if it hasn't so far, I feel like you're being pulled in that direction, even subconsciously, to find an experience that really makes you feel extremely in love. I feel like it's a fact here that some of you have been a little bit in despair emotionally, or the way you look at possibilities in terms of relationships, or even because perhaps you and your partner have been struggling to find that hope, to find that union. Things will get better unexpectedly. This is why I keep getting like you don't expect something to happen, because you have been really more in the uh, negative state, or looking up to a situation, living it more in the negative shadow aspect. And now that maybe this manifestation of more of the light aspect of, love, relationships, and all of it is happening, you're like uh, adapting to this new surrounding force between you and someone, or between you and someone you might get to know, or you and others in general. There's this light force kind of coming down into your life and lightening things up where there has been darkness, lightening things up where there has been winter, replacing it by summer, where there has been dryness, replacing it by a nourishment. So if you feel like your love life has been down, on the downside, expect it to turn it up. Obviously, yes, if your relationships have been um, going very, very, very well, it doesn't mean that it will stop being so. It's the movement of the wheel of fortune here happening, talking a lot about the ups and downs, and the only constant in this universe and this life is change. So there might be changes, yes, for a relationship that have been both in the bad side or good side, but they are promoting some expansion at the end of the day, being by light or being by shadow. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.